Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for our second episode and the start of the kickoff of our Manchester City Season 6 career mode. Big things are happening in this career mode, big goals are being set as you saw in episode 1. The squad is very different because we've got so many players out in international duty. Pre-season tournament, we'll do the usual. We will sim the games. You can see there Villarreal, Bayer Leverkusen, Sydney FC are the side we play without the first team. We'll sim the games. If we get to the final, we'll play the final. And the first game of today's episode. Before we get into any transfer stuff, we like to get through the pre-season. It is Bayer Leverkusen, Villarreal and Sydney in the games. Villarreal to kick it off. So a quick sim against the Spanish side, and we do lose. It's Neil Maupay and Bustos with the goals. Brunet scoring the 16 minutes for us, but we do lose 2-1 at the start of the pre-season. That is a disappointing result, isn't it? Right at the start, we've got to be careful that we don't get knocked out. I do want to make it to the final, not reduce our manager rating. But up next is Sydney FC. The same side will go out there, and hopefully the same side can finally get 3 points in this pre-season. Well, your next opponent doesn't have enough players to play the match. This means they're forfeiting and you'll be awarded a 3-0 win. Well, because of that, that many people out on international duty, it could have happened to us actually, and we would have to, forfeit. Luckily, we brought in all those young Argentinian players to fill out the squad, to be like the City Football Group, which has helped us massively because we would be doing that ourselves. So luckily, that works in our favour. A 3-0 win to Manchester City. Well, final game of the group stage is Bayer Leverkusen. Important win we need to pick up today. It is the World Cup going on, the World Cup 2026. Germany seems to be pretty well. We're wondering who will win it. I'm not quite sure. And Musa has joined Benfica there, one of the first signs of the transfer window. And a 3-1 defeat to Leverkusen knocks out the pre-season tournament straight away. Goals from Antoine Griezmann, Perraud and Silas Wamangituka. Brunet scores again. But we are out. That is a poor start to pre-season, but with all the players out, I think the board will understand. It's starting to be a hard season like that. We can't even build the fitness of the players up through pre-season, which is a worry. Hopefully they come back from the World Cup fit, although they will have holidays and so on. At least once we're out the pre-season, once the World Cup is finished, we can start looking at signing players. Well, look at this. Barcelona have come in for Calvin Phillips. We said if a club comes in for a player, we've said it a few times, a club that a player would leave, if Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, the 3 teams, probably Barca, Real Madrid more. If they come in for one of your key players, we know what happens at Manchester City. We've seen it with Ferran Torres, we've seen it with Eric Garcia, we've seen it with plenty, even Raheem Sterling's head's been turned. If a big team comes in for a player like that, the players tend to want to leave. Calvin Phillips at 30 years of age, this is probably his last big move, but he could be moving to Barcelona. We're going to ask for, would you say 100 million for Calvin Phillips? That is a lot of money for a 30-year-old, isn't it? That is a lot of money. We will ask from Barcelona. Deal. Oh my word, 100 million. 100 million for Calvin Phillips to move to Barcelona. Well, it does weaken our midfield significantly, the 30-year-old leaving. We do have Rodri. It does mean that the holding midfield spot will be up for grabs from, Romeo Lavia or Gutierrez or someone like that. 90 rated though, Calvin Phillips. 100 million. Maybe we said, offered a bit too cheap there. But 100 million for him is a big, big deal. Of course, Chelsea came in for Gabriel Jesus there. I rejected it straight away. I'm not letting them nick any more Brazilian talents from us. But Calvin Phillips to Barcelona could be something that's going to go through. Well, some more big changes to the squad, and look at this. Leicester City have agreed to pay the 75 million release clause we put in for Raheem Sterling. So when we renewed Sterling and Ederson's contracts, we put release clauses in the fact that maybe if they want to leave, considering they're not going to be a first-team player next season at their age or something might come up, they'll be able to. Raheem Sterling's £75 million release clause has been activated by Leicester City. It depends if Sterling wants to join them, of course. But we've already lost one player in Calvin Phillips for 100 million. We could be losing Raheem Sterling for a 75 as well. And thanks for seeing me, boss, says Raheem Sterling. Look, I'm sorry to be telling you this, but I don't see my future here anymore. I'm just not happy at the club anymore. So another player, another key player, looks to be on his way out. Take time over the decision. The grass is always greener elsewhere, but Raheem Sterling has been a key player for us, but really slowed down last season. Could be on his way to Leicester City. Well, confirmation here, Calvin Phillips has left the club. He joins Barcelona for 100 million. I have to say thank you to Calvin Phillips for all that he did for Manchester City Football Club. He was absolutely fantastic in that holding midfield role. He's been a backup to Rodri, but he's grown to 90 rated. He's been thrown in there as a first choice sometimes because of his class, because of his quality. He's been incredible for us, and all we can do is thank him for his service to the club. A big move to Spain, a better lifestyle, a better weather. In Barcelona, a chance for him to impress in another league as well, where he's never really tried his trade. First choice for England as well in the holding midfield role alongside Declan Rice. thank you very much for Calvin Phillips for all you did for Manchester City, and we wish you the best here at Manchester City on your journey, last probably journey in your career, this time to Barcelona. But it seems as if there's a bit of a battle in the transfer market for Raheem Sterling. Juventus have come in for him now, also willing to pay the 75 million. Let's see if whether he decides to move to Italy or stay where he knows and stay in England. And confirmation here, Raheem Sterling's moved to Leicester City. He's rejected Juventus. Away he moves to Leicester City, a fellow Premier League side. Good for him to carry on his career at 31 years of age. One of the best players in the world. He's won the Ballon d'Or. Leicester City have got to be impressed by making his signing. Well, I think it's about time we go into the transfer market, and there's a player that is heavily linked with Manchester City, could be on his way to Manchester City. If he isn't on his way to Manchester City, he might be at some point in his career. It is season 6, so at this stage, this man will have played, probably in real life, if he doesn't join City, 4 years at Real Madrid. 4 amazing years, probably the Spanish champions and European champions at that stage. And once he's played those 4 years, he will, because he is sort of the new Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he'll want to move on. He'll want to try his trade somewhere else, and I believe he would want to try his trade in the Premier League. Now, we've played against the side he plays for Borussia Dortmund in this save. They were incredible, and if you can't beat them, buy them. So it's him and Makoko. I'm going to go for him. You know him by name, and we know him really well. His name is Erling Haaland, and we have a striker in Alexander Isak who has dropped off in the last 2 years. A striker who used to play for Borussia Dortmund, a striker who probably would want to return to Borussia Dortmund despite being a Ballon d'Or winner. This man would change our team from a team that has Alexander Isak who scores goals, lots of goals, but goals in games when you don't need them, when you're already winning, and not scoring those key goals, to a player who will score goals. He'll score goals no matter what, and that's the main thing. I keep saying goals because it's all about goals. Erling Haaland, let's try and negotiate a swap deal with Alexander Isak. So would Borussia Dortmund be interested in taking Ballon d'Or winner Alexander Isak for Erling Haaland? Well, they want Isak, yes, but plus 117 million. Oh wow. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, Borussia Dortmund. That is ridiculous. Isak is worth around the same amount as Haaland. He's the same age as well. What about 50 million? 117 million. That is just the sort of deal. We've got the money. We haven't got the money. That's just the sort of money I can't see us paying for him plus Isak. What about 65 million? 117 million, guys. 117 million plus a player who's worth 150. What about 75 million? That's about what Erling Haaland's release clause in real life is. 75 million, they need to consider it. Doesn't sound good. I think it might go to a bit longer to get that deal done. Well, Borussia Dortmund, just to annoy us, have upped their offer now. They want 120 million. 120 million. Well, this is including the agent fees, I'm sure. Propose another exchange player. Well, there is Gabriel Jesus, but no one in our squad is worth as much as Alexander Isak. And it just makes sense for him to go to Borussia Dortmund. What about 80 million? We've got up by 5 million here. They're back to the 117 again at Borussia Dortmund. They drive a very hard bargain. What about 85 million? We're working our way up slowly. 117. We're working our way up slowly too, ending up paying what they want. They know they've got the best striker in the world, haven't they? 90 million Dortmund. Come on now. No, Dortmund say no. 90 million plus Isak for Haaland is something they're not interested in quite yet. That's maybe a deal we're going to have to go back in for. So straight away in with the action for the new season, and it is Chelsea we face in the Charity Shield. Of course, lost 6-0 in this competition last season to Manchester United. Chelsea winners of the FA Cup? No. Chelsea winners of the Premier League? No. But Chelsea, for whatever reason, have been decided to play us. We won the FA Cup. We won the Premier League. Chelsea, I suppose, were runners-up, weren't in the Premier League, and that's why they've been picked to face us today. This is the side we go with against Chelsea today. A few changes in the side, a few players to look at and see whether they're ready for the first team. So in goal is Ferrin, yes. If he's ready, he'll stick around as second choice. If he's not, someone else will come in. We've got Cancelo, Captain Diaz, and Mbete and Esbran in the back 4. Bellingham and Rodri in the midfield 2. Palmer on the right, Phil Foden on the left, and it's Alvarez 85 rated and Liam Delap 85 rated. The partnership up top, I'm interested to see how this partnership goes. Liam Delap has got 5-star, 5-star, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous. On the bench, Louis Cook, who could be a new striker for us. We'll see how he develops over the season. Gakpo, McAtee, Gutierrez, Aarons, Jimenez and Van Sass on the bench. A lot of players miss out. Grealish still coming back from injury. Anyone that should really get in there? Maybe Redondo should be in there, really, or Sammy Dozy. No Isak, no Jesus today, no Kaiki. They all miss out. We need to develop these players, grow them in overall, and get them as first team players up to like 90 rated, like the players that we've lost, because we have lost already Raheem Sterling this transfer window and Calvin Phillips. So Manchester City versus Chelsea, the FA Community Shield Cup final. Cup Shield, whatever you want to call it. It is the final. We face the side that, you know, we pipped the Premier League title. Chelsea, they bottled it more than us at the end. And we come up against, the first time, our ex-goalkeeper. Edison Moraes was our number one. Edison decided to leave the club and join Chelsea. I think he had the feeling Vicky Van Sass was coming through and ready to replace him. So off Edison went, and he left us. And back from injury, Ruben Diaz, didn't know he'd been injured, Diaz. Maybe he got injured while playing for Portugal in the World Cup. And there is the trophy we're playing for, the Charity Shield. Edison does shake hands with the former City players, his former teammates. This is the Chelsea side. Galini, Cash, Saka, Nunez new signing, Walker Peters, Kante, and Smajic on the bench. In goal it is Edison. In the back five of Meccano, Zagadou, James and Bemba and Chilwell. Gravenberch and Havertz the captain of the midfield 2. And it's Pulisic, Werner and Hakim Ziyech up top. One thing I'll say on our players is the squad numbers have not been decided yet this season. The squad numbers by far not decided, so do not look at the squad numbers of the players and say that player will be this number, that player will be that number. We are yet to decide the squad numbers for the new season. So hang fire if you think that someone should be a different number. With Sterling leaving, the number 7 has been vacated. With Phillips leaving, the number 18 has also been vacated. So there's plenty of chances yet to decide what numbers players will be. Here's Liam Delap on his competitive debut for Manchester City at 23 years of age. Rodri. Delap. Alvarez with a shot blocked. Liam Delap on the rebound, and Liam Delap scores. Brilliant goal from Liam Delap, 1-0 Manchester City. Well, we've got Jesus and Isak in the squad, haven't we, as well as strikers. Delap's just come in and scored. He will replace Sterling, you'd say. Alvarez already with the squad. If Isak leaves, he needs replacing. Jesus leaves, maybe one of the young lads will step in. Probably Louis Cook will become a striker. But Edison is beaten. Strange to see Edison in a Chelsea shirt. But he's beaten by Liam Delap. Hammered past him. 1-0 Manchester City within 6 minutes. Delap gets on the score sheet. Perhaps Liam is saying, don't find another striker. I'm ready to be number 1, but we can't rely on a 23-year-old, can we? We're going to have someone else alongside him. We do play 2 strikers up top. So that's fine by me. We need someone to be, 3 strikers, I think, is what we need. Bellingham into behind to Foden. First time someone's beat up Meccano, by the way. Foden. The lap arriving. Edison there. Bellingham onto the left foot. Deflected into the bottom corner. And in 11 minutes, we lead Chelsea by 2-0. Well, this is polar opposite, isn't it, of this fixture last season. Vincent Kompany has built a real side here. And a side of players who've come through the youth team, young players. And we lead 2-0 against Chelsea straight away. Who's this deflect off? It's Mbemba and it bobbles underneath Edison, who can't be happy against his former side for the first time. Can't keep that one out. Oh, it bobbles 3 or 4 times. He's very unlucky, Edison, not to keep that one out. 2-0, and it's Bellingham and Delap with the goals. 2 youngsters who've come through youth systems in England. Bellingham through Birmingham's, Delap through Derby's, really. Developed mainly at Manchester City's. Bellingham been developed at Borussia Dortmund. Alvarez comes short. Alvarez, good turn. Julian Alvarez with a strike and a good save from Edison. Good chance for the Argentinian. Top goal scorer in the Premier League last season. Looking better in there. Rodri on the volley. What a save by Edison at his near post. There's Brand. Back into Foden. The lap. Lays it off Bellingham. Alvarez in a turn and a good save from Edison as it. Oh, just wide past the post by Julian Alvarez. Very close. Had 5 shots already in today's game. Flicked over Zagadou's head by Gravenberch all the way through to him, and that is half-time. Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0. What a start for the season this could be. Hopefully it's not a curse if we win the Charity Shield with poor in the season. That's a very good start to the season. Edison, disappointing return to playing against Manchester City, isn't it, for him? Cross comes in. Ruben Diaz in there. Nodded away and Foden down to Fariñas. Well played. The Venezuelan goalkeeper. Gutierrez. Another wonderful ball over the top here to Palmer, who takes it down. And Palmer lifts one into the far post. Alvarez was waiting. Couldn't find him. And Chelsea away again. And Gutierrez has played some really good passes over the top so far. Wide he goes. Gakpo made a run through the middle there. McAtee. Gutierrez. Palmer. Gakpo! Good chance. Straight at Edison. Looking to keep a clean sheet with Chelsea. Not even having a strike all game. On target. Arms with a tackle. Still falls back to Chilwell here. Diaz across. Puts it out straight away. Aaron's again. Past Chilwell. Diaz there. Chilwell up against him. Not many get past Ruben Diaz. 1 minute of added time. Chelsea yet to have a shot. And these are supposed to be the second best team in the Premier League. Well, are we going to dominate the league this season? He skipped past Diaz and Fariñas makes his first save on Chelsea's first shot in the 91st minute. Skips past Diaz as Ryan Gravenberch tries to test Fariñas. Strong hands from the Venezuelan. 28 years of age. Well, can still develop as a goalkeeper. Well done, Fariñas. And that is full time. City 2, Chelsea 0. This time we see ourselves lift the Charity Shield. The captain Diaz will come across to lift it, which is good to see. And I'm impressed. Liam Delap with a goal and Bellingham with a goal right early on in the first 15 minutes. There was no goals in the game after that, but the damage had already been done. And here comes the players stepping up. Louis Cook, I don't think, touched the ball, unfortunately, so we didn't get to see him as a striker. But him as a striker development and Gutierrez's development plan as a defensive midfielder, I think we will, replace Sterling and we'll replace Calvin Phillips easily with these two young lads coming through the youth system. So here's Ruben Diaz lifting the Charity Shield. Manchester City, our winners, our first bit of silverware this season in the first game. Luka Mbete's injury isn't for long, just a 5-day injury for a shoulder injury. And Leicester City are interested in taking Valentin Barco on a loan with an option to buy. Let's negotiate this, because I do actually see him as one for the future. Maybe we just say, you know what, you can have him on a loan, a 2-year loan with no option to buy. They would have bought him for around 20 million as well. Clearly, they know how much potential this young fullback has. Well, Napoli are interested in taking Callum Doyle on a loan with an option to buy, which I'm happy to actually negotiate there, because I think if they buy him and he's good, we can always bring him back in the future. So accept a loan with an option to buy. A 1-year loan for Callum Doyle is good. 60-40, they always want that. You can have that. 4.5 million. Well, that's less than... Oh no, 5.4 million. Let's say 6 million and you have yourself a deal. He's a young man. And 6 million for Callum Doyle. He will join Napoli with a loan option to buy. I think it's a very good move for him playing for a Serie A club. Could bring him back in the future then if he does impress. They might not even buy him permanently. A 2-year loan to Leicester City for Valentin Barco has been agreed. We'll accept that. Hopefully he accepts that move. I think he will, the Argentinian. He's moved from Argentinian football to English football. It's a big step up, but I think he can make it. And confirmation here of Callum Doyle's loan to Napoli. That's good to see him move to a big club now. And we're back here again. We're in the boardroom of Borussia Dortmund to sign Erling Haaland plus Alexander Isak. Again, they're asking for 117 million. No wonder no one has signed Haaland in this career mode, because Borussia Dortmund are the hardest team ever to negotiate with. They just do not budge at all. Do not budge at all. 90. We're going to have to pay 100 million for Haaland. I mean, it is Erling Haaland, isn't it? 90 million for Erling Haaland. Well, thank you, Borussia Dortmund. Thank you. Isak going one way, Haaland coming the other. That's like 300 million we're paying for him. It's worth it, isn't it? It's Erling Haaland, people. It's Erling Haaland. Let's negotiate this. The hardest bit is going to negotiate with his agent now, Mino Raiola. Crucial squad role for Erling. He's happy with that. 4-year contract. No, we're going to get you as long as possible, Mino. No release clause. Wages. Talking 300,000 per week and a 1 million signing bonus. Let's have a look what Haaland thinks of that one. He wants 310,000 per week. He wants after 15 appearances 4 million. That's a lot of money, does Mr. Haaland, doesn't he? We'll actually bump up his wage. What about 400,000 per week? We are doubling your wages nearly. Your current wages, we're doubling them. Edit bonus. After 25 appearances, you can have an extra 2.5 million. I would have done goals really, but you can't change it to goals. I think he'll accept that. 400,000 per week is a big increase. Welcome to Manchester City. Our biggest ever signing. I cannot believe it. And it's worth it though. Alexander Isak, great servant to the club. Thank you, Isak. Like Phillips, we have to say thank you for all he's done for the club. We've just taken our club to the next level. Well, Wolfsburg want to take Roberto Redondo, on a 2-year loan. He's got a release clause of 90 million, which is something to look out for. But we'll accept that for Redondo. 2 years in German football, he could come back 85 rated easily at the development level he's on. And Redondo has rejected a loan to Wolfsburg. Clearly, he doesn't feel a good enough squad to take him on, or he wants to play first team football this season. And first game of the new season comes away from home to Burnley, a side that nearly stopped us from winning the Premier League last season. They beat us 3-1, didn't they? Hopefully, we can do a little bit different today. So this is the side we go with against Burnley. Van Sass starts in goal. It's Cancelo, captain Diaz, Torres and Esbrand in the back four. Rodri and Bellingham in the midfield two. Foden on the left. Palmer on the right. And it's Delap and Julian Alvarez up top on the bench. Louis Cook, Gakpo, McAtee, Gutierrez, Aarons, Jimenez and Fariñas. Again, the squad numbers will be finalised, I believe, after transfer deadline date. I know in real life you have to have them on the day of the Premier League, but we're going to give us a bit of extra time so we can decide what the squad numbers are going to be, because obviously not all the deals have been done yet in the transfer market. We have, of course, brought in Erling Haaland, but he will not start just yet. So Manchester City versus Burnley on the opening day of the Premier League season at Turf Moor. A team that have beat us many a time have Burnley beat us, and they nearly cost us the Premier League title. Thanks to Chelsea slipping up, they didn't. But that is something to think about, isn't it? Chelsea might be in it this season again, but beating them 2-0 in that Charity Shield, you'd think not. Burnley, we can beat them. Clearly, we're better than we have been. That man to look out for, Santiago Jimenez up top. So this is the Burnley side that we face today. In goal, it's Robert Sanchez again. Alex Moreno, Roberts, Kavak and Bard in the back four. Daniel James, Josh Brownhill, Provod and Therese Campbell in the midfield four. And Santiago Jimenez and Brian Cristante up top on the bench. Pick up Farrell, Mina, Diatta, Wood, Kamara, Liage and Richardson. But the man we're looking out for is that Jimenez. He was ridiculous against us last time. So Manchester City versus Burnley, opening day of the Premier League season. It's live from Turf Moor. And this City side is already looking like a very different City side to what we saw last season. Rodri, Foden, Esbrand, lifts one. Delap arriving and Liam Delap scores. Well, 2 goals in 2 games for Liam Delap. And 1-0 we lead Burnley. And he's a different player to Erling Haaland, isn't he, Liam Delap? I think they'd actually have a very good partnership up front together. Delap's good in the air. Haaland likes it on the floor. Ball to the far post by Esbrand. And finally we could got someone who can win headers. And Delap comes on and wins a header against Burnley. And 1-0 we lead. We've got 3 players, Haaland, Delap and Alvarez, who could all be top goal scorers in this upcoming season. All of them have all got that ability, but that is 3 strikers. Gabriel Jesus, I don't know where Gabriel Jesus fits into this side with those 3. I think possibly Jesus will ask for a move away from Manchester City. And into Palmer. Palmer again. Foden. Onto the right foot, Phil Foden. That's what I mean. Either foot Foden can score on. Good save from Robert Sanchez. He looks a very good goalkeeper, number 1 for Burnley. Swinging from Alvarez. Pau Torres in there. Diaz intercepts. Oh no, he doesn't. Burnley are in here. Chance for Burnley. Therese Campbell. Pau Torres with a wonderful challenge in the box. Brilliant from Pau, who saves us there. Probably the best defensive partnership in the league, in the world as well. Pau Torres and Ruben Diaz. Bellingham. Delap. Alvarez. Phil Foden. Foden. Delap in there again. Liam Delap makes it 2-0. This man attacks absolutely every cross in the air, Liam Delap. Absolutely everything in the air he attacks. Do we need Erling Haaland? Well, we've signed him. Liam Delap. We've got Haaland and Haaland 2.0 in the team. Ridiculous. Delap attacks it with such power. I mean, Delap and Haaland front two. What a signing he is. Delap alongside Haaland. What a player. Double already, 2-0. This is an absolute masterstroke from Vincent Kompany. We've let Sterling go, we've let Isak go. We've made the team better. And how often do you say that? You can score from range, you can work hard, and it's just brilliant. It's brilliant, the balance we've got. Jimenez. Oh, what a turn. What a turn. He is ridiculous, this man. What a tackle by Pau Torres again, but what a turn from that man. The Mexican up top, the lap. Ball over to Alvarez. Oh, he gets there. Julian. Alvarez with a chance. Oh, it's over the bar. Rodri fouls him. Burnley play on. Burnley take the free kick here. They want to swing one in. Set pieces are their forte. It's a good header. Oh, and a good save from Mickey van Sass. Great save from the Dutchman. Ball in. Bellingham away. Foden down to Palmer. Into Liam Delap. Playing Alvarez. Alvarez unlucky. Chance for Santiago Jimenez. Oh, my clean sheet's gone. Goal for Burnley. This man again. He's ridiculous, Santiago Jimenez. I'd like to know what rating he is. Stupidly lose it. And it costs us. I want Mickey van Sass to get as many clean sheets as possible this season. Bellingham. Alvarez. Julian Alvarez with a chance. Good save by Jorge Sanchez. Or Robert Sanchez in goal it is, isn't it? Oh, we've skipped past Rodri. Chance here. Maybe Bellingham. Not Rodri. He's a better midfield just because Bellingham's just so much more active. And that is half-time. 2-1 we lead. Should be 2-0. Concede a very good goal, but I'm very disappointed to concede that. Very disappointed. Rodri. Alvarez. Foul on Phil Foden. He's coming. Foden. Great skill. Oh, Phil Foden against Connor Roberts. Should do better. Santiago Jimenez. Tried to foul him. Could make it 2-2 here. And Sass off his line. Good save by the Dutchman. But this man is ridiculous up top. He's so, so good. Into Phil Foden. Foden switch it to Palmer. Palmer on his chest. Palmer plus 1 or 2. Foden. Delap for a hat-trick. Liam Delap gets his hat-trick on his debut. Premier League debut for Liam Delap. And it's a hat-trick. Well, this man's been alone at Everton, Dortmund, Roma, all over the place. Hardly played at Everton. Could have signed him permanently. I might let him go. They didn't. And Delap gets a hat-trick on his Premier League debut. Well, him and Haaland are going to form a scary partnership up top. Scary, scary partnership up top. Bellingham. McAtee. There's Brand. What a pass. Cody Gakpo right down the middle. But what a pass from Esbrand there to Gakpo to find him. Oh, he's offside the Dutchman. Oh, he's not. The lap. Oh, why have a shot? I thought that was the goalkeeper. It was the Burnley defender. I thought that was the goalkeeper. Gakpo. Straight into him again. Alvarez. The lap. Why to Gakpo? Gakpo still. Come on, Josh. There's Brand. Good cross in. The lap's in there again, and this time it's over the bar. Bellingham. Everywhere, this young man. Oh, Burnley. Well played. And Cancelo wins it back. Alvarez. Gakpo. Away. Gakpo. Alvarez! Over the crossbar by Julian Alvarez, who hasn't got a goal today. I think he's disappointed. And a little injury for Lewis Cook there. Or Louis Cook. Foden. Bellingham. Cancelo. Bellingham. Foden with a strike. Blocked again. Gakpo down. McAtee. Gakpo. There's Brand. Foden arriving. Again, Burnley get it away. And that is full time. A 3-1 win on the opening Premier League game of the season. Liam Delap hat-trick. He is one highly rated young player who could be, well, he is pretty much a starter. We'll always rotate between three with Louis Cook as well coming through. What a fantastic team we're building here. Ridiculous. And final game of today's episode, we welcome Brighton and Hove Albion to the Etihad Stadium. This aside for Brighton today, Van Sass starts in goal. It's Cancelo, captain Diaz, Torres and Esbrand in the back four. Bellingham and McAtee in the midfield two today. Rodri is on the bench. We've got Palmer and Foden on the wings. And Alvarez and Delap up top again. No Haaland yet. Still building up his sharpness. Erling Haaland soon will be revealed as a Manchester City player, I'm sure. Louis Cook, Gakpo, Gutierrez and Rodri in the midfield are on the bench. All midfielders really. Cook is more of a forward now. And Aarons and Jimenez on the bench of the defenders, joined by Fernandez. So Manchester City versus Brighton today. Good game, big game. Brighton play well. Second game of the season as well. We're at home, first time in front of our home fans. We want a clean sheet. We want to keep as many clean sheets as possible this season. That is where we need to improve on defensively. Offensively, I think we're going to be fine. And look at that. A big banner of Liam Delap already after only his second game as a Manchester City player. Well, this is the Brighton side we face today. In goal, it is Bernd Leno. A back five of Bednarak, Romero, Tariq Lamptey, Ostergaard and Solly March. Midfield two of Curtis Jones and Elmas. And in front of them is Taylor Richards, and the strike force is Abel Larith and Maximiliano Gomez. On the bench, Alvaro, Centelles, Baltua. They've got Nketiah, Tomic, Murder and Zakiri as well. Good Brighton side. They've had a lot of money spent on them. I'm sure Yuri Tillemans played for Brighton, but perhaps he's already been sold. Manchester City versus Brighton. It's live from the Etihad Stadium. Alvarez, look at Phil Foden continuing his run. Foden, the lap. Alvarez, oh, little toe in. Little toe in by the Brighton man, which kept them in this. Cancelo, what an interception. He's still fighting for it, Joao Cancelo. So is Bellingham, good skill though from Brighton. And we're open here. The defence is wildly open. Diaz. Oh, it's Brand, good defending. Too open at the back there, way too open. Way too open. Alvarez, the lap. Palmer. Into Julian Alvarez. Chance here, the lap. Oh, wait. Bellingham. Out to Esbrand. Foden. Gutierrez. Alvarez with a chance. Good save by the goalkeeper. Cleared away. Good play from Gutierrez and Foden. Alvarez. The lap. Best passer of football. Oh, I'd say that wasn't too bad. And palm to the far post to Alvarez, who gets right underneath it, Julian. And sends it over the bar. Given away. Brings it back. Into the lap. Palmer. Palmer. Through to Julian. Alvarez with a chance. What a save by Leno. And Leno collects it again. Alvarez has so many chances. Back to Foden. Chance with the left boot. Good save from Leno again. Absolutely peppering the Norwich City goal. Well, the Norwich City, the Brighton goal. Diaz is going to score here. No, he's not. Peppering the Brighton goal. Foden wins another corner for his team. 39 minutes gone. Somehow we haven't scored here. Cross in. The lap's in there. Oh, and it's just past the post of Bernd Leno. How are we not in the lead here? Alvarez had a lot of chances as well himself. Somehow, we're not winning. 40 minutes gone. 100 chances for Manchester City. We're still not scoring our chances, and we know we need to bring in for that, don't we? Foden. Back into Alvarez. Into Gutierrez on his debut. Good block again by Brighton again, and Tariq Lamptey underneath it in a way. And that is half-time. City 0, Brighton 0. But we have battered Brighton, but we haven't capitalised on it. Just can't get that winning goal. Alvarez. Into the lap. Palmer's gone here. What a find from Liam Delap. Cole. Palmer with a chance. Oh, it's over the bar from Palmer. Long ball over the top here. Oh, Maximiliano Gomez is in. What a ball. Gomez. Good save from Van Sass. Brilliant save from the Dutchman. Into Alvarez. Delap. Alvarez. Alvarez. Liam. Delap with a chance and another goal for Liam Delap. That's 4 in 2 games. 5 in 3 games for Liam Delap. Him and Alvarez have got a good connection up top here, the two youngsters. And a brilliant goal from Liam Delap on the volley. Alvarez with the assist. What a run from Delap that is. Bang past Bernd Leno. Top goal scorer in the Premier League with 4 goals already. Manchester City 1. Brighton 0. Esbrand. Foden. Gutierrez with a strike. Out to Esbrand. And a back cross in. Bernd Leno's there. We've already had 1 in 4 substitution. Looking for our second one. Palmer. Oh, through the back of Cole Palmer comes Campbell. Or Richards. And the red card is shown for Taylor Richards. I thought it was coming then. Julian Alvarez seems to want the free kick. Julian Alvarez! Oh, good save, Bernd Leno. Good save, Bernd Leno. We'll make some substitutions, shall we? Louis Cook is going to come on for Delap. And Gakpo is going to come on for Palmer again. The same substitutions as last time. Louis Cook, get running. Bellingham into Louis Cook. Cook. Back to Bellingham. Onto the left foot, Jude Bellingham. Somehow we haven't scored again. Gakpo with a strike. And again, Leno away. Bellingham down. How we haven't scored more than one goal, I don't know. Clearly, that's still our issue. He's finishing. There's Brand. Gakpo. Alvarez arriving. Does get a touch on it. Not a strong enough touch. Away again. There's Brand. Stays the Brighton player. There's Brand still with the Brighton player. They go backwards, and that is full time. Manchester City 1, Brighton 0. 3 from 3, or 6 from 3. 6 from 2. What am I going on at? 6 from 6. I'm confused the point system, aren't I? Clearly, we've won 2 out of 2, 6 points out of 6. Louis Cook there, number 33, and a good appearance again today. That is again today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And we'll see you next time on the We Are City channel. And also, you can join our We Are City Members Club. Give it a look at it. We'll see you next time.